Cat and mouse vipers. Giant child-snatching vipers are terrorizing New Orleans, pulling children from their homes in the middle of the night in their eagerness to take on human trafficking in the city. Cat and mouse find themselves in the thick of it. Crime, action, drama with a smattering of superheroics. Now, like Roland Mann said, our head honcho here at Silverline, go do some backing, and we appreciate your support.
All right, welcome to another episode of Geekmen and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin, and with me today, I have... There we go, Carissa!
Hello! That's a great name, by the way. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. How's the campaign going? You have a campaign currently, yes?
I do. I have my supernatural Western, and it's the best start I ever had. I don't know if it'll be the best finish I have, but issue 1 made 1.3 thousand in 2 hours, and this one made 4.3 thousand in 2 hours. So little better. So that was nice. That was a rush. Now in the next 3 weeks, half of them will cancel and nothing will move, but great start.
Definitely great start.
Yeah, so that was really good because I panic and freak out with every single Kickstarter, so every time. So that was nice. That was nice.
Well, for sure, I get that. I mean, I've seen plenty of Kickstarters come and go, and some don't fund and some do, and you obviously have a winning formula here, so
yeah, it's called thousands of merch. Well, this one's a sexy cover, but generally it's thousands of merch. But yeah, I've been doing this for about 2 years. It's a little over 2 years, and my main goal at the very beginning was to build trust, because I didn't know anything about Kickstarter. Like, I learned about it for comics, and I hadn't collected comics since the 90s, so I had no clue. But I told myself that I wanted to make sure that Kickstarter was only started when I actually had the issue finished, so that people would get it right away.
Yeah.
And that was important to me because a lot of others have ruined it for everybody else, because there's some people that haven't gotten their rewards. It's like 2 years later, which is, so upsetting. Now, I used to ship out within a week. But now I stopped printing until I printed the regular cover. So if people get the regular cover, that ships out within 7 days. But everyone else, like the metal covers and stuff, I don't bother even buying them until payments go through, because they're numbered and all that stuff. So otherwise, I'm buying things that may or may not sell. So I did learn my lesson. It only took 15 campaigns. The Western's the big thing. Before the Western, my Kickstarters brought in on an average 3,500. I think the most I did one that was 4,800 and one that was 5,000 was the most that my Kickstarter had done on Redemption, which I'm very happy with. I'm not complaining at all. But for the Western, it shot up. My first one did almost 14,000. So I was just like, what? So, and it was a one because like things were damaged because, you know, I had 330 backers and I had these white, I had to replace my stock, you know, in shipping boxes, and I don't think they were as good as a quality. So I went and spent in the middle of the campaign, after I shipped half of them, I went and spent $300 on Gemini, and then it still arrived, even with the pads inside. It arrived at, so that Kickstarter was cursed. It like did not like me. But it was the best one I've done. But and I got some really good readers from it because I thought for sure, because I had a really popular artist cover, and I was like, nobody's gonna read this. They're just gonna put it somewhere and forget about it. But I had a lot of people read it, and they came back for this one, which was nice. And I think this is I would say the most percentage back from 1 to 2, which is nice. So
okay,
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the story so far. Like, just what's the general synopsis?
So the main thing, the main characters are Draven, who's a demon descendant, and Seraphina, who is an angel descendant. And they pretty much, it's a survival horror. So like Redemption is the same characters as the Western. It's them, but in the 1800s, and they all connect in the end. But where, if anyone has read Redemption, it's more of a horror action nonstop thriller kind of thing, and the Western is more of an adventure. You know, it's a supernatural adventure. They're on a quest. You know, they're trying to survive, but it's also an adventure. So it's Seraphina and Draven, and the main synopsis of it is they reincarnate into each life, and they don't have any memories of it. So they meet and they feel themselves being familiar, but they don't know it, and they just drawn to each other. And every life, their fathers, an angel and a demon, are after her because she was created from an angelic weapon, and they need that weapon. Her father needs it for a certain reason, and his father wants it because it has the power of souls and can conquer pretty much heaven, hell, whatever he wants.
Okay.
Unfortunately, to activate the weapon, it requires her soul, which means not only would she never reincarnate again, she would never have an afterlife. She would no longer exist, and Draven would be without her. So there is a survival part to it. There's mysteries to it because there's certain things that, you know, but in the Western, which is my favorite part, there's supernatural hunters, and she keeps a journal. If for anyone that knows Supernatural, you don't have to know this show, but if you know it, it's a bonus. There's a journal, and she keeps track of the monsters she sees and all that stuff. And in the Kickstarter, if you buy a journal, you get all the pages free as long as you back that Kickstarter. So whatever they interact with, they get those pages. So for this Kickstarter, there's actually 4 new ones. There's the Mothman, which is very popular, is the Mothman. And there's Bigfoot, but he was in the first one. The Jersey Devil is new in this one too. The Wendigo, and my Tazzleworm, which is a dragon cat, and then our Phoenix Crow, which is here, our Phoenix Crow. So you get all those cryptids for free, but it's kind of fun to see them interact with them. And there is a quest where she has to track down these cryptids for a certain reason. And I can't spoil it because I get yelled at for spoilers all the time. I can't spoil it, but there's a reason she collects them all. And you can collect the ingredients with her. So I think starting in issue 3, I will have jars so the people can collect what she collects, which so it's very interactive if you want it to be, but you don't have to have it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's pull this up here. Let's share, and then I'll come over here and share. You
want to show the music? It is I think it's the first one's copyright free, and the second one's our song. So you could play it if you want to. You don't have to. It's about a minute long.
Okay. All right. Let's play it.
Great.
All right.
Why does it ask that all the time? The accept. You have to get the little box out of the way. There you go.
Nice.
And there's I am called the Queen of Merch. So there's a ton of merch. There's like 46 reward tiers and like 50 add-ons. I actually hit the hit the limit, and it went on me
really?
more, and I was so upset. But for some reason now that it's live, it's letting me add more. So I added like 10 more in there. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
All right.
I am way worse than Lori.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's got nothing on me. Yeah. That's the journal that people can collect. They come with blank pages, so you could put the stickers on that, or you could put the stickers behind their page, or you don't have to put the sticker at all. But I do sell a lot of stickers, which is why it was tough having only 50 add-ons, because there's like 20 stickers.
Right.
Yeah, that's our Wendigo.
And
yeah.
So these are the different covers.
I hate it, but we have 6 covers. I only usually do 3, but this one got away from me. So.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, yeah. So much so.
Was it people stepping up to be like, "Hey man, I want to draw something," or was it like,
yeah,
oops, I forgot I asked too many or something.
I got sweet talked by William Russell at a con, and he's like the nicest guy, so I'm like, yeah, I want to spend all my money on a cover. Bring it on. And it looks amazing. It's right there. Yeah. But I already had like 5 covers, but I was like, all right, whatever. What's one more?
Yeah.
And then I got made fun of by somebody. Now they took it back. But so this is Ivan Tao's cover. Now I love it. She's very endowed. I love it. But I love his sketches, which are these. Yeah. And I actually prefer, I know that's awful, but I actually prefer it's simple. I like it. So I put these up for sale too. He gave me the high resolutions for them, and they sold. And my friend's like, that's tacky. And I was like, I don't care. I want it. I was like, people don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. I'm saying what it is. It's it's a stretch concept. There you go.
Yeah.
And I love the sketches. So yeah, they actually sold quite a bit. So
yeah, they are awesome.
Yeah. And then this is Ivan Tao's cover from Redemption issue 10. Okay. And so I was like, well, Ivan Tao lovers might want it, so I added it in, and that one's doing pretty well too. And then these are the pages. That's the first glimpse of the Mothman. That's Bigfoot, the Wendigo, and our Apollo rat is there. He's sitting on Bigfoot's arm. Yeah. He comes into play a lot. He becomes a main character later, and so this. I can't talk about it because I have pictures, but they're not on this. There's this cryptid called the Squonk, and nobody knows what he is, or people love him. There's only 2 people. There's people that love him or never heard of him. But his one thing he does is he sits in the woods and cries about how ugly he is. So I obviously love him. He becomes the main character. So my artist is drawing him into issue 3 now, and I just got the page, and I'm like, he's so cute. I love him. So those 2 pages don't have any words because it spoiler alerts, but I did put some lettering on the 4th page so that people can see the lettering. So, which poor SK who did my lettering, this one page was redone like 4 times. I was like, we really should say this here, and move it here. Oh. And he's like, I'm surprised he wasn't like, yeah, you're fired. But here we are. So, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Clunk.
SK is the best it sounds. And then so I do have issue 1 that people can get the PDF of. It's I do it for people so they don't have to buy 2 because I know that's a thing. Which is tricky because some people buy it by accident because they always go for the first thing. And so I put big letters saying last issue and it still doesn't work. But yes, there's issue 1. You can get issue 1.
Okay.
And is X working? I don't know. He wants to know if X is working.
Oh, yeah, I don't
know. So I had the PDF for, usually I include all the titles, but there's 6. So the PDF for the main cover is 5. If you want all the covers, it's 8 because there's like 6 freaking covers.
Yeah.
And if you want all the covers from 1 and 2, then it's 10, which, you know, isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing the pictures was driving me crazy. If you saw the comment, it is. Okay. Oh, I gotcha. I was like, what? How do I know if it's working? I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Yeah. I didn't get that, but yeah, sure. Don't test me. Jeez.
Yeah, you're talking to a confused person who's generally confused most of the time. So.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
Hey, Addie. Just want to stop by and say hi. Hi, Addie.
So if you scroll down, you can see we've got a combo of covers. And you can go faster because people are going to want to look. There's like 40 something of them. But we have a lot of the singles here, the issues you can get. These are printed. Of course, you got to go through all the covers. You can get a multiple of covers.
Yeah, this cover looks really sick.
Isn't that awesome? That was colored by Dave Kemp. And he did an amazing job. So of course you can get those. Everything is metal too. Those are limited edition metal in the
really? Oh, that's sweet.
Add-on. Yeah. And I had a lot of onlys. I think there was like 4 or 5 and I think they're all gone. And I think I added 2 more and they might be gone. I don't know. There's our journal. Yeah. So it comes with 4 journals. You can get past journals for $1 each in the add-ons. If you already purchased a journal in either Redemption, the last Redemption, or the issue 1, then the 4 pages are free, which by the way is very, very complicated for me. And I don't know why I did it, but here we are. Because I have to look at who did it. Did I send it? And for the first one, I completely forgot. So like for Redemption, I had a free page and I was like, oh no, I forgot to ask anyone if they had it. So, yeah. It's a learning curve.
Yeah.
That's a little Apollo rat.
Rat Apollo.
Yeah. Yeah. He's also an add-on if anyone wants an add-on. There's our 2 sexy covers from issue 1 and issue 2.
Yeah.
My brother asked, why is it triple D? I was like, you know why. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't on purpose. It just happens to be the 4th cover, and there's 3 of them. So my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This is my catch-up digital tier for all of Redemption, which is 13, and these past 2. So for 30, I think it's 38, you get the whole digital series, both series.
Oh, nice.
And these are the metal covers, so you can get every single one of them in metal.
Whoa, metal.
Yeah, I have to admit, metal is my favorite. It's gorgeous. Yeah, you can definitely get metal.
And you're talking like metal, not like foily, right?
This is not foil. This is straight on metal. Yeah, every time I go to a con, everyone's like, "That's cool foil." I was like, "It is not foil. It is metal. You got to pick it up." Yeah.
Jeez, it whiz. That's amazing.
Yeah. So and there's metal trading cards, which are very popular too.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
There's metal bookmarks.
I love trading cards.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I have an entire stack of the old Marvel Marvel trading cards just sitting here on my desk, and I have a binder full.
I have the old Ghost Rider cards. I have Pokemon cards. I don't know where they are, but they're from the 90s. And I have like Supernatural cards, and I have Resident Evil 2 trading cards.
Oh yeah,
the video game. So I have all of these little collector characters that people can get. There are all these plushies. You get metal pin. All these you can get in the add-ons too. So
okay,
yeah, that's our dragon cat.
Yeah,
I do love my dragon cat. And then I have these are the glow in the dark metals. So there's only 10 of those. I think they're still available. I think the 5s are still available too. One left of those out of 3.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's adorable. These are the 2 main metal covers, of course. Because they're both sexy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they sell so well. These are 3D printed and plushies here with the metal bookmarks, the metal pins. Sheesh.
Oh, these are pins?
The one up there next to the back has a backer card in the right hand corner.
Oh,
you can't
okay.
see where I'm pointing. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It has they each have a backer card. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They came out really good. I can have a whole store of metal pins. So
that's cool.
Yeah. And then if you scroll down, there's the Wendigo one.
Oh, nice.
I love the Wendigo. That 3D printed came out so good.
Yeah, definitely.
I have the original 2 for sale for I think 139. It's all handmade clay, and then they scan it, and I get that, and I print it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out really good. I really like it.
That's crazy cool.
Yeah. And then this is the black light. I think there's 9 left of those, or 8 more of those, or something.
Let me read this. Wait, black light.
Yeah, black light. It's not black light. I warn people, it's not my favorite because it's a duller shine, but black light is cool. So it is there.
That's cool.
And that's our math man. And there's our Bigfoot. He is 3 feet tall and pretty much looks like Alf to me. So yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, one of my clients bought him, and I was so happy because I didn't have to ship him. So because I just drove it to their house, so I was thrilled.
Is that what you're holding?
Yeah, that's Bigfoot. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Let me zoom in here. Holy moly, that's insanely cool.
Yeah. He's huge. He keeps me warm. He's
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh no.
No. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, we ruined everything.
Nope. Okay, here we go. Oh,
you're on a roll. I think these are 1 of 5, and I think there's some of those left too. And these are all the covers of 1 and 2. So there's 9 covers. And there's our handmade Bigfoot.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the Wendigo is my favorite. So you'll see him. Look at him.
Oh, dude, that's so
cool. He's awesome. He's awesome. I actually today just arrived my my Loch Ness Monster, my Jersey Devil, my worm, my Dragon Cat, and Loch Ness something else. Oh, my Dog Man, and Lori's arrived too. So,
oh, nice. Let's see. Am I on the right thing here? Let's see. Okay, yes, it's still displaying. Yeah, definitely insane amount of
no
merch.
Yeah. Yeah, those are sold out. The one is sold out, and the next one is sold out. Yeah, those are sold out. There you go. You survived all of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you don't want to do the add-ons. So we have three coloring books. You can get them as PDF, PNGs, so you could color them digitally, which I didn't know was a thing until somebody asked for them. And you can also get them printed. The printed ones do also come with the files. So you get both. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, they're about 26 to 28 pages each, and they're all the fancy covers we had. I just saved all of the ink for the colors and covers, and it just came out really cool.
That's cool.
Oh, and that's our very popular prequel. I wonder why. I don't know why. It's got like 17 or 21,000 views on my Globex or something. I have no idea why. That's our original artist, and I wasted 5,000 on that, and I only printed out 50 of them. So if anyone wants it, I was made to put that on there.
Oh yeah.
I was never going to sell them again. I don't like them at all. They're not bad. My local comic book owner said that they're good for indie, but that my current ones are great for mainstream. So I went with that one.
Okay. Let's see. I'm definitely intrigued by the coloring pages.
It's cool, right?
What are these? Are these
Oh,
coins?
those are my Anubis
Oh,
coins. Yeah,
those are
people love
cool.
Anubis. Yeah, they're very popular over in Redemption. So I figure, what the hell?
Nice.
Anything that helps get me out of debt, I'm all for it.
Right.
And I had to put it as a sticker set because the damn I ran out of reward tiers.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad. And those are all my metal pins.
Oh, I love these pins. They're very cool.
They're very detailed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love them. They're awesome.
Metal bookmarks available.
Yep.
Metal trading cards.
Yep.
Can you hear my children being rambunctious in the background? I'm sorry.
Barely. It's not bothering me at all.
Okay.
I just pretend they're ghosts.
Right.
And my house is haunted.
Right.
Those are our plushies. You can get in the add-ons.
I love it.
And then these are the rare edition 5 glow-in-the-dark medals that you can get.
Nice.
And then that one's already sold out. And then the catch-up tier you can get. So there you go. We survived.
Nice. I dig it.
Yeah.
So what's been your favorite part of this journey so far? And between both issues?
Definitely has to be the debt. No, okay. I absolutely love seeing my characters come to life, but the main bonus of all time is somebody telling me they love the story. Like when I'm packaging them up, I cannot believe people spent money on my story. I was
right.
like, you guys are crazy, because they spend. I mean, the collectors, I appreciate them spending their money, but I know they did it for the cover. But the readers that come every time and read the story, it's just even the PDF people. I think the last one, which actually I was very grateful for, I didn't have to ship 100, but there's 100 PDF buyers.
Wow.
And I loved it. I was like, that means they're there for the story, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I can really appreciate that. And I still can't believe people read it. And what some people might not know about the story, most do, some don't. The two main characters are written by two different people. So I write the story first through Seraphina's eyes. I write the whole chapter, and then I give it to my co-writer Jess, and Jess writes it through Draven's point of view. So everything that Draven says and thinks is actually my co-writer. And yeah. So it gives them really two complete personalities. And it's really funny because my editors hate my dialogue, because I've been praised of my dialogue because my dialogue is how people talk. It is not proper English all the time, because Draven's not that intelligent when he's talking, and you know, he's a gangster, pretty much an assassin, and now the writer is a genius who, you know, Jess writes way better than I write, but you know, they don't always speak in I barely speak in proper English. So my editors are trying to edit it. I was like, nope, you are only allowed to place commas that seem to be my enemy and any spell checking. So that's it. You're not allowed to change how they speak or anything like that. Because that's the characters. That's how they talk. Are you talking? No, Draven is awesome, but he's obviously not as educated as Seraphina, who has studied and read and all that stuff. And sometimes he talks in, you know, a way most people won't talk, which is funny because my co-writer doesn't talk like that at all. So it's just the way he talks. But I love it. It gives him such a unique personality. And what's funny is you can tell who writes what, and I'll tell you how, because my character talks nonstop and barely thinks, so it obviously fits me. And my co-writer writes Draven, who thinks all the time and barely talks. So that's my co-writer's personality. So like Draven will say like 2 words, you know, on a page, but his like thought thing is like 5 paragraphs long. So We do have a lot of thought balloons because we wrote these as novels first. These were the Western's a whole novel, but the Redemption is 16 novels, 14 which are done. So there was a lot of thinking in those. So we have a lot of, thought balloons and everything like that. But Draven's awesome. So trash talking Draven. Draven's the man.
And you said so he's sort of like a gangster type personality.
So in Redemption, he's an assassin who's trained, to be a killer. And in the Western, he's a killer, but he's kind of like in a gang that like will rob and kill and no care to the world. What I love about him is he will turn around, call her sweetheart, and then go murder tons of people. Like it's just his personality is like, don't worry, honey, I'll be right back, and then just like murder people. So I love Draven's personality to no end. It's just so amazing to have like this, guy that can rip your head off and just turn around and give her a hug. Just like I love it. I love the dual personalities that he has.
Yeah.
What's nice about writing the Western is we got to explore them meeting for the first time in that world, in that life. So they got to have John. But you got to see them, have that doubt again, like the doubt, like this guy's a demon. They don't love, so he can't really love me. And he's like, oh, I'm not good enough for her, so he should not stay around him. So they have all that doubt going on, and you really get inside their heads. Hi, Grey Wolf. When you get to, read the thought balloon. So I really do like that aspect of
yeah.
I might be biased though. So but I really love the way the artist on this one. It's so funny how the two artists, they just fit the style so perfectly. So this artist does all traditional and super, super, super detailed, a slower pace because it's more, Western's more a little bit slower. The story is fast paced, but the world is kind of slower. And then you have my Redemption artist who is like super fast paced. I mean, he's just, he's insane. I don't know how he does it, but he's insane. But he's a digital artist, so it's more modern, it's faster, it's and for anyone that doesn't know, and I don't know how you don't know because I never shut up about it, but like my issue 14 for Redemption goes live June 16th, but he literally just gave me the last 2 pages of issue 20. So like he's starting issue 21 tomorrow. So this series Redemption is 23 issues, and so there's like 3 left, and then it starts the new series. So nobody really knows that they're going to get their story because it's already written, it's already being made.
Yeah.
And I've had someone say, what if it doesn't sell? I was like, I made these for me. Like
yeah.
People buying it just helps me keep my house, but I'm gonna make them. So I always joke that if you see like a library behind me, obviously the Kickstarter didn't go as well as it should have. But I love the story. I love everything about it.
Hang on just a second for me. Yep. Hold that thought. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You guys need to settle down. I am so sorry.
I didn't hear them, but you must have heard them.
They were really loud, and I'm surprised you couldn't hear them because good grief gravy, they were getting out of hand.
Maybe I gotta clean out my ears. I don't know. You never know. But
yeah, I mean, okay. So I'm sorry. Where were we at? You were okay. Yes.
Probably nowhere important. Oh, losing my house. Yeah, I was losing my house. Yeah. Fortunately, I have a very, very tolerant husband. He did slightly get slightly upset because and I don't blame him. So obviously I was in debt because my genius of a husband said go all out for 2 years, and I go, you're gonna regret that. But I went all out for 2 years. And then I was supposed to slow down, quote unquote slow down. Instead, I was 5 issues ahead. I could have easily done this year with just 5 issues of redemption, got out of debt. You know, the smart thing to do. No, I started a new series.
Oh.
He's like, why did you start a new series? Is like, I don't know. But he felt better when the first Kickstarter did 14,000. That kind of quieted him down. But yeah, he was like, why did you start a new series when you were supposed to slow down? I was like, I don't know.
It's what my heart told me to.
I was like, I might be a slightly bit obsessed. And it's so funny because at one point we thought that I might have to stop. Like we had a, you know, because when I had taken a break from Redemption Artist because we got in a little tiff over something. He got a much higher paying job. And I was like, yeah, I can't match that. And so we kind of went our separate ways. And I was like, I'll worry about it later. I'm, you know, a year ahead. I'll figure it out. So I just had my artist for Western. So I started getting out of debt and it was really great. And it was going well. And he's a lot slower. So it wasn't like a whole issue a month. So for 5 months, I was just about into it. And then my artist comes back and we started talking. He's like, I really miss these characters. I was like, I really miss your quick art and your detail and whatever. So my husband's like, did you just start again? I was like, maybe. So, you know, but him and I, we started Jonas DaCosta. We started at the same time. I was the first person to ever hire him in comics. It was, you know, I just started in comics and so we've been together now for 21 issues. So we have that trust and man, did we fight the first issue we worked on together. I mean, my husband's like, you need a new artist. I was like, no, he's the one. It took me 6 months to find him. He's the one, but he's driving me crazy. In the very beginning, you know, he had a vision and I had a vision and his vision was the same as mine, but he's an action-packed person. He loves action and I have it. However, I didn't, you know, I don't show that in my panels. That's, you know, whatever. So I would have like 6 to 7 panels and he would be doing like tons more panels and it wasn't enough room to fit everything. So I said, after like the whole issue, I was like, all right, we need to compromise. We need to figure this out. And so I cut my issues down to like 4 to 5 panels, which made the stories longer. But I let him go at it, you know? So he would turn my 4 to 5 into like 8 to 9, depending on what he needs. So, and he is a master of panels. Like he would have like these weird, you know, you see the movement. Someone actually said to me, not anyone important, but somebody was like, a non-reader is like, you could have less panels. I was like, dude, it's like a movie. Let him do his thing. Like, you know, like the writing's like a novel because that's what I wrote. And it's like a movie because that's how he draws. And then, so you've got a comic movie novel going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, once by the time we finished the first, he started on issue 2 because Pops told me I didn't have to redo one. And I asked like 15 people and all of them said you don't have to redo issue 1, but the 16th person said I should. So I was like, yes, I should. So I went and redid issue 1. And I threw away $5,000 and my husband's like, didn't you just spend $5,000? I was like, yes. He's like, and how much to redo it? I was like, less than $5,000. So we redid issue 1 and I'm so glad I did because I mean, issue 1's the first one they see, you know, and I needed that art and I was just like, no, I needed it. But Pops knows I'm right now. So, yeah. So I did lose $5,000 off the bat, but it was worth it.
That's right.
He was trying to be helpful and I'll never forget it because I was sitting in like Rainforest Cafe and he's like, don't redo it. It's too much money. Don't redo it. And my husband's looking at me. He's like, what? I was like, Pop says not to redo it. And he's like, then don't redo it. Yes, he does have issue 1. That was my mom. She framed it. I was like, don't frame that one. But yeah, I redid it anyway. So it's the 16th person. It took 16 people before I could get someone to agree with me. Damn it. Yeah. I know.
Pops is over there going, yeah.
Yes, there's only 50 printed, and I think I have 9 left. I think I have 9 left. But yeah, I had my first Kickstarter brought in $899 and was only my family and my clients and my friends and whatever. And I had 35 backers, and Pops found me well, I found Lori. And then Pops came along like 5 days before my Kickstarter ends. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do in 5 days? So I was like, I don't even know who the hell you are. But now I do.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, Pops has been there since the very beginning. So
nice.
Yeah, it's good times. So, but
yeah, I mean,
yes.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
man. So
there we
I
are.
mean, geez a whiz. So I mean, I'm excited for you because I also like westerns, so I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah, there you go.
I dabbled in horror writing, and horror slash westerns in a friend's anthology. So I had a blast, and I can't. I mean, that's predominantly what I read. I read the Longmire mysteries and stuff like that. So it's like, all right, that's what my head's in. So it's like, all right, let's do this.
You might like it. And it's really funny because the Western, just like for the Redemption series, the Redemption line, as I call it, there's technically 80 issues, and it's separated into 4 different series technically. The Western, we always had, and I know this is going to sound weird, we always had the ending of the Western, because that's what happens in that world is why Redemption's crazy. Like that's, so we always knew it was a Western, but we weren't going to write it. We were just like, well, we have the ending. It's 100 years before this life. That's what it was. And just randomly one day we were both at the same time, like, we really want to do a Western, and we didn't even have any idea whatsoever. So I just sat down and I wrote it, and I said, Bigfoot's in it. And Jess is like, okay. Like, all right. So that's what we're going to do. So I had no rhyme or reason for writing it. I just wanted to see them in a cowboy outfit. That's it. That's all there is to it. And now it's been my favorite, and you're not supposed to have favorites among your children, but yeah, I love the Western. I love the art. I love the, them getting to meet and seeing that their personalities grow and seeing them get closer. And I really like that. So this was a blast to write. I'm still writing it. I think we have 20 issues right now. So it's probably going to be, I like to keep my series around 25 issues. So it's probably going to be about 25 issues. And then that would be 5 hardcovers. So that works out. That fits nice in a box set.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that'll work out. Oh, I don't know what that is. Is that mine?
That's yours.
That's fine. I always tell people the best way to find me, because that to me looks like hieroglyphics. But just to search Worthy Chaos. You could search Worthy Chaos on Google. You could search Worthy Chaos on Facebook, Worthy Chaos on Kickstarter. We are always at least 1 in pre-launch, if not 2, and 1 live, if not in both in pre-launch. I used to do Kickstarters every month, which Pops loved, but no one else could afford it. So now we're every 6 weeks, like, chumps. But yeah, I don't know. I have so many that I need to do more, or I'll be like 80 by the time this is finished. So
right. I mean, I don't know, man.
It's crazy. I had gone back and forth if I was going to end it with Redemption, like end the Redemption line, because I only have 3 left. And then I was like, I could just focus on the Western, but I was like, oh, but the next series, Conviction, is so good. It's like really. And I was telling my artist about all the monsters, and they go to hell, and they go to this island, and there's nightmares, and there's the rake, and all these different creatures. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna have to do that one. I was like, yeah, I know.
I was trying to get you off so that way you didn't have to. But
I was
twist my arm. Why don't
right. I was like, well, the Kickstarters kind of pay for it now, so it's not bad. But yeah, comics are not cheap, and I couldn't do the normal thing like Lori. Lori does it smart. Lori's like, let's have a Kickstarter and then make the comic. And I was like, yeah, who does that? So she's made fun of me since day one. She's like, you could slow down. I was like, no, I can't. Like in the very beginning, when I'd hired my artist, he the second issue he worked on is like, I'm quitting my job. And I was like, oh shit, there's some pressure there. So I kept paying him so that he wouldn't have to go back to his job. I didn't want to lose my artist. So that's why he's so far ahead, because he had no job and he didn't have any other, jobs then for comics or anything. So like I paid him pretty much every month for a whole issue just to keep him afloat. So yes, we are a little bit ahead. just a little bit. Yeah, I do love searching myself online. Yeah. Well, if you search me on YouTube, like everything comes up. Because I've done like 300 podcasts in like 2.5 years.
Right.
So most of that is Pops, I think. maybe a little bit.
Doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt. But yeah, I think you might like the Western. So
yeah, I mean, we did 2 podcasts with Lori on when she had her last campaign.
Yeah.
And so it only made sense. Like we're just nobody, but still, yeah.
You know what? It doesn't. I'll be completely honest with you. I think the first 60 podcasts I did, it was like the host backed it. It's like, I'm going to read it. And that's pretty much how I got my backers. I think they're all hosts from some podcast at some place or another, which was really nice. But I used to do like 42 podcasts a campaign, but it was so exhausting. I do like 4 now. Like it's just so exhausting. Lori's like, you need to do more. I was like, I do a Kickstarter every other month, not 3 times a year like you. But it's exhausting. Not these are fun, but you go on a new one, and you don't know how the host is going to be. You don't know how it's going to be. Like, you're awesome. You're very easy to talk to. I would say 3 out of 300 was bad. So that's not bad. That's a pretty good. No. That's a pretty good. One of them though, it was like a 20-minute episode and I hated every minute. I don't know if he was nervous, or maybe I'm just not funny. But he didn't laugh at any, he didn't smile, laugh or anything. I would make a joke or something and be like, okay, next question. I was like, oh my God, this is so not meant for me to be on. But yeah, but so far it's a lot of fun. So, but thank you for having me on last minute, even though Pops kind of tricked us and he's like, he wants you on the show. And then he's like, Carissa wants to be on your show. I was like, I didn't even know about this show, but yes, I'm glad I'm on it. So yeah, always helps.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I was talking to Pops and he was like, oh yeah, do you want an interview? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, sure.
Sure.
And he's just like,
sounds like you really wanted me.
I think I could do something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I just trusted the process. I'm just like, all right.
It worked for me. And I was like, Pops, I already have one. It's 7. And he's like, all right. And I was like, let me find out how long the 7 was. And then I was like, well, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be. Yeah. He's like, oh, he really wants you on. He doesn't even know who the hell I am. He asked for you. Like, it was like by name or just in general. But yeah, but I appreciate you sharing my Kickstarter. Pops is devious. Yes, he is.
He is devious.
Yes.
But yeah, and it is in a good way.
Yeah. He's very helpful.
So he had 2 people in mind. And so like I'm probably going to rely on Pops a little bit because I have he talked me into doing this 8:00 show on Tuesday night.
Right. Yeah.
And exactly, he talked me into it. I'm just like, because I was like, all right, well, all right, fine. I'll either do an interview or we'll hit up Addie and she'll draw for me and all that stuff and we'll talk. And he's like, well, are you going to do a show tonight? I'm like, no, I don't think so. Addie said maybe next week. And he's like, well, do you want to do an interview tonight? And I'm like, well, sure, I can. So it worked out. It all worked out.
It did work out great because my 5:00 forgot all about me. So, which I've had happen because I booked them so far in advance. And then they just I had one time though, I think it was last fall, where like 13 people either forgot about me, no longer had a show, or was sick or something. Like I had 13 cancellations for one Kickstarter, but for the podcast, I was like, shit. Yes, Pops. Pops
Yep.
likes my Pops reads my comics, right, Pops?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, he does.
Because he's always recommending things to me. It's like,
Nice.
okay.
He's loyal.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
a good guy. But yeah, so people can I just started. This is 24 hours. So I only do 18-day Kickstarters. That's why it says 18 days.
Okay.
Because Pops hates that. He's like, you gotta have 30 days. It's like, you do 30 days. But no. So
I imagine 30 days is nerve-wracking.
Oh my, it is so stressful because
Yeah.
nobody does anything for like the middle weeks, and then everyone cancels, and it's like I have my next one in 3 weeks. So it was a pain in the butt. So I prefer the 18 days. However, I screwed up this one because I put in 19 days and I wasn't paying attention. It's supposed to end on a Friday at 9 p.m. and I went and hit go, and then I was like, wait, 19 days. And then it's like Saturday at 5:43. I was like, damn it. So it now ends on Saturday. So
okay. Well, I'm sure we'll probably have a what is it that Pops always does?
I don't do those. He loves those, and sometimes he does it without
countdowns.
me.
That's what it is.
I can't do them. They stress me out.
Really?
Oh my god. Yes, because I think they're either going to cancel on screen or people forgot about me and now they know to go cancel. I just cannot do it. He used to get so mad because like, you need a countdown show. I was like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I tell you. So, and now I can't have a launch either. I used to launch every single Kickstarter on the network, but because I have like 100 items, nothing happens for the first 30 minutes because they're all reading.
They're still scrolling.
So like 30 minutes go by and then all of a sudden they all come in, but for the 30 minutes I'm freaking out and stressing out. So I stress out. Pops, you're here. I didn't even know.
Look you. You look back in the beginning when you weren't sure you were gonna fund, and it was like that. I understood you being stressed out. You fund 4 days in now. You can do a countdown. Okay, it's not like the stress of whether or not we're gonna fund. It's like once you get to that funding goal, after that, it's all supposed to be fun.
Too much stress.
You're already funded. It's all good time.
Every time I do a Kickstarter survey, I said there should be no cancellations allowed the last 24 hours. Then I'd have a lot more fun.
And we agree with you on that. There shouldn't be cancellations. Shouldn't be allowed at all. It's like don't buy something you're not. Don't pledge to something you're not going to buy. Okay.
I already had 2 cancellations. It was like 12 hours. I had 2 cancellations.
Would you do that to some little girl that comes to your door and wants you to pledge on the walkathon for the March of Dimes? Would you not give her $4 for the miles she walked?
I probably would have just said no.
You didn't understand what I'm saying. You don't pledge and then renege.
Yeah.
If you put it up now. Granted, there's times when something happens, but we're talking about them people that go out and they pledge on one of the high tiers and then yank it at the end, hoping to put you back under.
I had that last time. There was one of one, and they canceled it. I did wind up selling it to somebody off screen.
And they do it at the end of the campaign. You don't have any time left to try and re-promote that tier and get somebody else to get it. No. They screw you, and that shit should not be allowed. Kickstarter, if you're.
I agree.
You know,
I agree. You know why?
Yeah, it's so I understand that aspect of it, but at the same time, you're supposed to be having fun, Carissa.
Mm-hmm.
Out and have fun.
I never have fun.
Yeah, we know. That's why we're yelling.
From start to finish, all I do is stare at the screen. I'm just like, did it go up?
Refresh.
See, and that's the other thing. You have built a good name for yourself. Now, when people see you out here, they know who you are.
Mm.
They do.
They know who you are, and they know that you fulfill, and they know that they're going to get something if they buy it from you. And if you pledge on something from anybody out here that's putting their fucking hard-earned time and effort into a campaign, and you do that on purpose, you just suck.
Right.
And this is why we love Pops. Tell us how you really feel, Pop.
Oh, well, no, see, that's me being very candy coated. You know me. Okay, I have a completely different set of adjectives for those people for a different network.
Justin is awesome. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, you get the right people. It's all
Yeah.
about networking. It's all about the right people. Carissa said, she said I think there was only 2 days left in your campaign.
Yeah.
When I
That sounds
found
about
out,
right.
when they came to me and they're like, she needs help promoting,
I
and
didn't
I'm
even
like,
say anything. I didn't even
No,
know.
you
Lori's
didn't.
like, she needs help.
You
And Pop's like,
didn't.
what am I supposed to do? It's a short amount of
you
time.
didn't know who I was. You're not the one that sent you to me. Somebody, Lori or somebody,
Lori.
went, hey, this girl has 2 days left in her campaign and she ain't quite funded, needs help. And I'm like, 2 days? Why didn't you tell me about this shit last month? You know, it's like, what am I supposed to do with 2 days? But we got you funded, didn't we?
You did.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah. Lori's the reason why I not only came on camera, but everyone knew I was a girl because I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's right. She was just CJ Grant or something in the
Yeah,
beginning.
I was CA Grant.
CA Grant.
And
okay.
I went on a show and like, what am I supposed to call you? And I was like, oh shit. I hadn't thought of that. So yeah. So I didn't even want to be on camera. I was like, they're not supposed to know I'm a girl. Girls don't do horror or comics or anything. And then here comes Lori with a kick-ass horror comic. I was like, well, she could do it. She's cool. So here we are.
There's lots of good stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
Creativity doesn't have a gender.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, actually, I've been really lucky. I think in all the guys that I've met, only 2 were like condescending jerks, and one of them was Paul. So, yeah.
Well, now we know it's also a nation of egos.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, creatives are, you got to have a bit of an ego in order to be able to promote yourself and be confident in what you're doing and actually be successful. If you don't have that little bit of ego, you probably ain't gonna go nowhere. You got to be able to promote yourself in a way that gets people's attention. There's people that use drama. There's people that think bad press is the way to go. And that works for some people. There's boob books. There's all the dumb stuff, right? I love Carissa. She ain't never gonna go boob.
Nope.
It ain't never gonna be a boob book, man. Now that don't mean there won't be a bikini or something every now and then, but it ain't never gonna be a boob book, right? It ain't never gonna be this is the focus, right? Okay, the story still rules the game with this book, and I had to argue with her about that. No, they like your story. They don't care about boob. They don't care about, okay, look, you get the right cover artist and you're going to have people that are fans of that guy that are going to buy that cover, but they're still going to read your book.
Yeah.
And if they come back for book 2, they liked your book. It ain't got nothing to do with that cover anymore. You see what I'm saying? It's like the story still is what drives the continued sales, right? If the story sucks, they ain't coming back. Period. I don't care who does your cover next time. If the story sucks,
I love my story, but I'm biased. So,
well, I like the story too. I'm just saying this is the way it works. I mean, if it's
the way,
there's no way you can. I tell everybody this, man. It's like I can sell the hell out of book 1. I can come out here and promote. But if it sucks, I can't do nothing for book 2.
Yeah, I can't believe like I said, the first issue was 1,300 in 2 hours, and I thought that was amazing. I was like, oh, I funded, and then this time in 2 hours it was like 4.3, and I was like, holy crap, I 4 times funded.
Yeah.
So it did a little bit better.
And you still got time to.
I told her way back in the beginning, being consistent, because she puts out more books quicker than pretty much anybody I know. That consistency is selling books for her too. Comic fans like a book every 2 months.
Yeah.
We're used to getting them every month for Marvel, right? So getting an indie book every 2 months is freaking amazing, and we're on board. Right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors in what Carissa's doing that help her success. She puts out excellent gimmicky merch that people love, yes. Plushies and all that, right? I mean, people love that stuff.
Merch?
Right?
I don't have merch. What are you talking about?
Say what?
I have no merch. What are you talking about?
No, nothing.
What
Bare
merch?
bones.
What merch? That's what you're
What
supposed to say.
merch?
What merch?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. So
She has a whole bunch of good. If you haven't checked out her campaign, go check it out. And
For
don't
real.
do it unless you have time.
you need about at least 30 minutes because there's 47 tiers and then there's 50 add-ons. So
And look, if you don't take the time to look at it all, you're gonna see something else after it's over that you wish you had gotten. So
Yeah.
take the time, look at it all.
and get a journal because the journal is the best.
Yeah.
You get a
That's
journal and you get free pages every time.
heck yeah. That's definitely a selling point for me. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I
So
want the journal. Like,
Yeah.
let's go.
I started so like and then I added them to redemption. So like this Bassett one and there's gonna be an Anubis one and a Hellhound one. And I was like, what did I just put on myself? But okay.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna torture myself by this.
And you mentioned that that they'll have the samples and stuff in the future. Like, it's like, wait,
Oh
what?
yeah,
now?
I have
What now?
I have a traveling apothecary kit. And you can collect the jars in different issues and you can collect them in the apothecary kit. And that's what she carries around in the thing. So like, for example, one of the jars is the ground up antler of a Wendigo. And we've got fur from a Bigfoot. My favorite is the fang from the werewolf. So yeah, there's a lot of I'm so excited to have all these cool jars, and I already have all the jars. I have all the boxes. I don't even know if they're going to sell, but I bought everything because Pops knows I don't do anything short, low, whatever, cheap.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's going to start in August. Live will have the first jar, and then it'll go.
Time for my birthday.
Woohoo!
Right. No, awesome. No, I don't want for my birthday.
All right. I haven't seen my husband yet because this is my second show in a row. As Pops knows, I ramble. So the last one was supposed to be 15 minutes and it was 45 minutes. So
see, look, if you get an hour out of Carissa and she's not still talking, you did really good.
That's a skill right there. I think my longest is 4 hours. I think I've gone for 4 hours. So
man, we've had some fun. Look, you just keep just like I told you in that message earlier, you just keep doing what you do.
Heck yeah.
You know, I mean, it continues to grow. That's all you can ask for, is that it continues to grow.
Yep.
Anytime you need us to pop you up, you know, and just like I said, man, the countdowns and stuff, I know you don't like them. We still do them for you. You know, because the object is to remind people it's almost over. Come get some. Now they've changed things. They have the late pledges now. It doesn't.
I don't do that
mean as much. Well, good. No. See, then a countdown is necessary for you.
I mean, I do.
It's a straight cutoff with you. So that is a necessary.
I don't like the late pledges because one, I ship right away, so that would just waste my time. 2, you can just wait till the next campaign, and 3, it takes away the urgency and the fun of
of having a countdown
on Kickstarter. Shut up. Yeah. All right.
What day is this ending, Carissa? By the way, what day is it?
Saturday. I think she said
it ends on a damn Saturday because I screwed up.
What time?
5:43 because I just hit go.
5:43 works. We don't have nothing going on Saturdays at 5:43, so we probably just do a little short.
We'll see. And did you hear, Pops, that my artist starts issue 21 tomorrow? So only 3 more issues to do, and redemption ends for that series.
What's up, Christian? Mr. Zappo, what's happening?
What up?
How's it going?
All right. So hey, thanks, guys. It's good to see you, Pops.
Yeah,
always, sweetheart.
Thanks again for coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for asking for me to be on.
Right.
The network. I got her today. I was like, when are you going to come back out on the network? Here she is.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yep. See ya.
Dustin.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's a good show. Good job. I like it. Look, we have a few more. We have some new blood because of the con and stuff, right? It's new people coming in wanting to get seen on shows and whatnot. And it's like, I'll probably be reaching out with other people like anytime Maddie can't be here, I'll do
Yeah.
the same thing. I'll ask you want to do an interview? Because I could probably send you somebody.
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
But
This worked out. It was great.
Charles is going to be taking over the Comic Artist Hour starting tomorrow. When we're not sure exactly what we're going to do, might be changing the time of the show or something, but Charles is going to be taking over for a little while. Les is really swamped with some work right now, so we're going to take a little break, but we're not killing the show. We want the show to keep going, so look for Charles tomorrow at noon.
Sounds good.
And all that other stuff. Social hour usually would be Wednesday afternoon. We're going to be moving that to Tuesday afternoon. Scheduling is just like we're doing some getting things in the proper order for Roku.
Yeah.
Want to make sure everybody has their own slots so their stuff gets uploaded right away. When this show's over, we would immediately be bloating it to Roku.
Nice.
Right? So we won't be waiting. We won't be waiting like 3 days and that goes up. The way I want to do it is everybody's show basically goes on Roku almost immediately after it's over.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
It'd be on your YouTube channel and then it would go straight to Roku.
Nice.
Now, smart guy will put that YouTube behind a members wall after that. So that they're either going to Roku and you're getting paid to see it, or they're a member of your YouTube channel and they're paying monthly to get that content, right?
Yeah.
So
in a perfect world, right?
Free. It would be live for free. That first, like right now we're live. This is free. Then as soon as it's over, you put it behind the paywall. I put it on Roku.
Nice.
You see, that's the way I'm going to encourage people to do this because we're trying to help you guys make money. Get monetized because you're not monetized on YouTube right now, correct?
No, that's correct. We're not.
Right. So we get you up on Roku, you start making a little bit of money, and then when your show isn't on the madness anymore, these live viewers would go over there and watch your show live on your YouTube channel, getting you more subscribers and getting to the point where you're monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
Then you set up the members wall and, it's like that. I got a plan, people. I got a plan. Look, we just got to get it up there. We're serious about it. We're definitely trying to figure out the best plan, the best advertising plan, the best way to roll it out. We're not going to half-ass it. I got an actual business partner that knows what he's doing.
Right.
We're hashing this through seriously. It's not just willy-nilly, let's go, like the way Pops usually does shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't that way. Not for this. This is going to be done right, legit, and serious. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Thursday night. What's the name of that? Ron Beats World. What's the name of that movie?
Ron Goes Wrong. Yeah, Ron Goes Wrong.
Ron Goes Wrong. Okay, that's the movie. That's a kid's movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the movie for Thursday night, guys, because it's Kids Week on ADHD Theater.
Yeah, I plan on having my kids record something, and then I'll air it on their 2 cents. So I think it's going to be fun.
Good idea. Good idea. Maybe I'll see if I can get the Munchkins to watch with me on Thursday.
Yeah,
and we'll get some minds' opinions as well. What do you think? We'll do what we can. Hey, we want to have fun with everybody. So sometimes we got to do stuff for the kids, yo.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
So tune into that. All kinds of other good stuff. We're going to be ripping somebody on Friday on What's Your Issue. So you'll definitely want to tune in for that. Mad Crow Games, not looking good for you, boy.
What about Thursday? Are we playing a game Thursday?
Thursday we'll be doing the tabletop version.
Okay.
Yeah, and come out for sure. We'll be doing the tabletop version of Slaughterville. I think we're gonna do the Pumpkin Fiend, right? We're gonna use the new Pumpkin Fiend villain. That's who we're gonna be running from or fighting against or whatever you want to call it. Not sure about the location yet, but you know, we all have our characters already, so it makes it really easy. We just get to go in and start playing right away. So
Yeah.
good stuff, man. Slaughterville, people.
Just
if
a
you don't
fog.
know, Slaughterville. If you don't know, you need to know.
For
And
sure.
Yes, Cosmic is amazing. And if you see some of the shorts this week from Steel City Con, where Bruce and Cosmic Grandpa were last weekend, the weekend before last, they have a ton of stuff we're going to be showing over the next week or two, shorts and short clips and stuff like that from their visit to Steel City. So we still got a whole bunch of con stuff we're going to be showing off over the next couple of weeks. Keep your eyes out. And I hope you enjoyed the stuff that we showed from Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
You know, man, we had a blast, dude. You see me ninja up behind Scott Rosema?
Oh, man.
I seen him from like 3 tables away, right? His daughter seen me, and I was like, oh, I'm here, right? And I snuck around in behind his booth, in behind him, snuck right up behind him, stuck my head right next to his. He didn't even know I was there, man. When he turned and saw me, he damn near jumped out of his chair. And I mean, I ninja'd on him. He didn't know. I snuck right up behind him.
It's pretty loud, so I get it. I get that.
Well, I mean,
cons can be loud.
He's talking to somebody, but I mean, there was a lot of open space. I had to sneak around and get past behind him really quick. And then when he looked at Brad, you could tell he's looking at Brad, and he goes, and you could tell he's thinking, that's Pop's cameraman, right? He's seen Brad before, you know.
Yeah.
So as Brad's getting closer to the table and he looks at him, you can tell that his mind's working, right? And then because I was right here, like right here next to his head, dude. He didn't even know it. It was fun. I always have a good time. I run into that girl with the dragon.
Yeah.
I saw her early in the day, and I told her, "Oh, this costume, you're gonna win. You're gonna hands down." I didn't even care what anybody else did. I knew that was gonna win best in show, and it did.
Yeah,
there was just nobody. I mean, there was a lot of other cool stuff. There just wasn't nothing like that. It was such a detailed. Because you know she had a fake arm coming down, so it looked like her arms are down here, and this is a dragon. But her arm is actually up in it, manipulating it, right? So she got a fake arm coming down, and it was a really well put together cosplay outfit, man. It was amazing. And there was a bunch of other ones. I said Greedo. Greedo was there.
Yep, right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be Greedo at least one every con in some place, shape, or form. Because I mean, it's relatively easy costume to put together. I mean,
if you're gonna do Greedo, then somebody's got to go with you as Han.
Right.
It just doesn't work to go by yourself. Greedo doesn't exist without Han. There's
without the controversy,
scene,
at least.
There's no scene for him. His scene was very short. It's over. Without Han, Greedo don't exist. So if you're gonna do a cosplay of Greedo, get a buddy of yours to do a cosplay of Han.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can just sit down in the concessions area and stage at them. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man, have fun at these things. I saw so many. I did find one group of 4 people that all had cool ass costumes. I got a picture with them. One of them had the big wings, right? Big white wings. Cool costumes, man. I don't mind cosplayers, but like all the people that table up, don't camp out in front of somebody's table, take pictures and stuff. Move over away. Let these guys sell their stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
One thing I did do though, and I told everybody if you buy something from a table that I'm standing near, I'm going to give you some. I had comics, I had prints, I had a backpack full of stuff to give away, and I gave away a lot of stuff.
Nice.
You know, because I was telling people, it was like, look, I come up to somebody's table like Scott, I don't want to stop him from making sales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if I'm standing there waiting for an interview, that customer might move on, right? Instead of doing, feeling nervous that I'm standing there with a cameraman guy, whatever. So instead of, I encourage them to buy, hey, if you buy something right now while I'm standing here, I'll give you something free out of this backpack.
Nice.
What's in the backpack? Comics, prints, all kinds of stuff. Right?
Yeah.
They were buying stuff and digging through my backpack, bro, all day long. That was the whole purpose. I help people make sales. And,
Nice.
I didn't want to, like I said, I'm not there to interrupt them making sales so that I can get my little 1 minute spot.
Yeah.
That's not why I'm there.
Right.
If I can get more people to come down, I play all them shorts on Saturday night and Sunday morning. If I can encourage other people to go to the con, win, right?
Yeah.
If I can encourage people to buy something from a table while I'm standing there, win, right? Who's going to be mad at me? Actually, John Dexter, Alpha Dogs, right? He was there. And these girls were looking at his stuff and they said, yeah, you buy something from him, I'll give you something, right? So they bought something and they start going through the box of comic books and they came across Nera X Dark Seas #2. Of course, Nera X is hot babe, right? And the chick goes, oh, I like boobs, bang. She grabbed that one. That was it. She was out. I'm just saying, it's like it was a set. It got people to buy something.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to do. Hey, don't run away. Buy something and I'll give you something.
Right.
It worked.
Yeah. Seems like so.
It's all action, bro. So,
yeah.
Get behind what we're doing, people, because it's always going to be in the spirit of helping people make money.
That's right.
Always. So, get up in here and you might make something. That's the hope.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you go, bro. Thank you,
All right.
Carissa, for coming out. I
Yes,
did hit
thank
her
you.
up this morning. I was like, so when are you gonna come out on the network? You hardly ever come out anymore. And then the opportunity presented itself and I slapped her with it right away. It was like, hey.
It worked out.
Yeah. And I didn't know, had you met Carissa before?
I don't think I've ever met her. I've just chatted with her on other
So
other
that's cool.
podcasts or whatever. So
Again, networking, that's all part of it, guys.
yeah.
Everybody, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. I'll let you take it out of here.
All right.
Yeah, I have to produce Silverline show tonight.
Okay.
So 11 o'clock right here, Tuesday night, Silverline Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 2 hours, yo. Bye, everybody.
All right. Well, we'll see you and look forward to talking to y'all later. Let's see. On our agenda, let me just see here. Where is the Friday? It's not here. Nope. Bear with me. All right. So Friday, let's see. I didn't upload it, but we'll be back Friday for another ADHD theater, and we'll be talking about Aladdin and Ron's Gone Wrong. I think that's what it's called. I always forget because I keep thinking like, oh, Ron's not wrong or something. That's what I keep saying. So, but yeah. Come back Friday and hang out, chat about some movies with us. Until next time.
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. explodes, they never end. Superheroes and their friends catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens day.